Welcome to the Outhouse Super Show.
You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been an outhouse that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Most brothers be having them an outhouse.
Oh, I'm hosting?
Yes, you're hosting.
Oh. Hello, welcome to the Outhouse Super Show with your host, Dwarf Among Midgets. I'm one of your hosts, McKibbles, and this is...
Messy Gravis.
And I'm Bob Barker. No, Matty Mayonnaise. Sorry. I'm Matty Mayonnaise.
That's Bob Barker, Animals
confused.
Enemies. That's the dude that wants to cut off our junk.
The Robert Barker.
Hey, he's doing it for their own good.
Yeah. Well, I think he uses all the pieces they cut off and make prison shoes.
But when I'm talking to Bob Barker, I go, what animal hurt you? What animal hurt you, Bob?
Animal?
Animal.
How come I can't hear him?
What
Why?
animal?
You can't hear me?
I can't hear him.
I don't know.
Weird.
Can you not hear him?
I hear you.
That's why we were checking earlier. So
Yeah,
we
you
could
didn't.
get
Why do you say
everything set
that?
before we-
I was hearing him, though. But now I can't.
I don't
Weird.
know. I hear him just
Yeah, I hear him good.
Okay.
I hear
as
me.
long as you can hear him, I don't care about hearing him.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck
I would
about
actually-
hearing him.
Hold
I
up,
would like to hear him. But
Did you mute me somehow
it's
to
not
him?
imperative.
Are you sure your hearing just
Oh,
didn't
I
go?
can hear him real good now.
How the hell did you hear him earlier then? Because
I
I didn't
don't-
change anything.
I don't
Weird.
know.
You're crazy.
Maybe
This guy's
I am.
crazy.
He didn't hear me earlier.
Maybe it was
He
in my
didn't-
head.
See, this is why he wanted to quit the podcast.
Jesse, I didn't want to quit. Jesse is in my...
Head?
He's my inner voice.
Oh, God.
So, like, when something tells me to do something bad, it's always Jesse.
Move this closer to you.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting too much of the room in my ears.
So you have an obese devil on your shoulder?
Yeah, I
No wonder
do.
your shoulder had back
Yeah.
problems.
Exactly.
Anyways, we're here. This is episode 12.
12.
Which is crazy that we got this far. 12.
A dozen.
Even though we missed the last couple weeks because, life happens and stupid shit.
Yeah, we were
All
grieving for OJ.
that. Yeah. And Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the kids. Not Diddy. The kids.
Yeah, we needed a week to shred evidence linking us to
Yeah.
Diddy.
Yeah, we ran out of stuff to talk about. So we're like, let's just take 2 weeks
Yeah.
off and then we'll be able to talk a lot. So it's fine.
Dude, Brad Williams had the best joke about OJ. Did you read that? He said,
think so.
OJ can now rest knowing that his wife's killer is dead now.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
And I go, that's the best
Finally.
joke. You can't write anything better than that.
Yeah,
I go,
OJ's
"It's
got
done."
closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got closure now.
Close A. So, yeah, episode 12. I can't believe we made it this far. That's kind of crazy.
Dirty dozen.
So,
Messy dozen.
this might be the
Messy
last
dozen.
episode. No,
Oh, yeah.
I waited until we got on air to tell
Yeah.
you guys I'm quitting.
Well, Kibbles,
I don't like you anymore.
And from now on, I want you all to call me Brenda.
Yes. No.
are you transitioning?
Well, I figured that's what Maddie was going to say next. I'm quitting. I'm changing my name to Brenda.
It's Madeline.
Oh, Madeline.
With the
Madeline.
D. With the
Yeah.
D.
Yeah, I can still go by Maddie.
Yeah, Madeline.
Maddie Lynn.
You'd make a good Maddie Lynn.
Dude,
I
you
have
would.
pictures. Insert picture, please, of
Oh,
you.
no.
Sweet 16,
No,
please.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, okay. Well, then you guys need to go look for it then.
I'll,
It's
put it,
on our
I'll put it
Facebook.
in there. That's fine. That's fine.
It's like, you know Madeline's
I
a
don't
dude,
care.
right? Like, no.
I felt it when he rubbed up against me. Yeah.
Balls
was
as big as
better.
long as his beard.
When you're the daughter for Family Treasures, though. That's
Yeah.
you're just
Oh, that's a
you're
good one,
just
too.
so cute.
I've dressed in drag a lot. There's
Yeah.
plenty of evidence out there.
Yeah, I used
Well-
to wear a dress not even for film,
Yeah.
just
no.
to record.
I was thinking of something that we can record for skits. Because remember that little thing I had where Elvis Presley was the head of the CIA, and he wanted Jim Morrison and Charles Manson to be his two CIA operatives somehow. And I was like, you would make a good Jim Morrison, like the bearded, with his belly out and stuff.
Yeah, the wig.
And he would be a perfect Charles Manson. Come
Yeah,
on,
he would,
yeah.
he would.
And
I
I'm
could see
Elvis Presley.
Draw a smiley
course.
face. You have to draw a smiley face on my forehead, though.
Yeah, instead of a swastika.
Instead of a
Yeah, it would be,
swastika,
it would be,
smiley
no, it would be two dots and it's like no circle, just
Yeah,
two dots and like a semicolon.
There you go. That's good.
No,
Yeah.
call me Chuck.
Yeah, Charles.
Chuck Manson.
Chuck
Manson. So it's like 10 in the morning. This is way earlier than we usually do it. So like my brain's not woken up yet. Usually we get together in like the afternoon, but this week we had to do early. So it's
And then it rained us anyway, and he canceled baseball anyway.
yeah.
They canceled
Stupid
baseball.
rain.
They canceled baseball in general. There is no more baseball.
Done.
because of today's rain. Yep.
Don't make me cry.
Yep. All the ball factories are shutting down, and
Did I watch? We were talking about How It's Made. I watched the How It's Made episode on baseballs.
I seen the one on
It's
Louisville
wild.
Sluggers.
Have you seen how the baseballs are actually made? They're all like hand wrapped
Oh wow!
Like it looks like a sweatshop.
In
It's
Missouri,
crazy.
wasn't
I
it?
said it is a sweatshop.
No, it's like somewhere in Asia, but
Asia?
like
Okay.
they take like there's like a one core, it's like this big, and then they literally like no, I'm sorry. It gets wrapped by a machine, but it's all hand stitched, like all the little red stitches and stuff when they put the leather on it.
Yeah.
Like they're literally like it's like an old Asian lady sitting
They
there
need
like needling this
They need
shit.
a
I'm like,
way
that's
more honest.
crazy.
They need a more honest episode of how it's made. Like they go into like Indonesia, right? And they're making Nikes, and it's just like a bunch of 5-year-olds sitting there stitching. You know what I mean? And they're like
get
interviewing
whipped.
the kid, and the kid's just like, "I want water. Do you have water?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "And then show us how this is done."
I mean, that's kind of what it was
Yeah,
though. I mean,
yeah.
with Asians, you can't really tell.
But no.
they could be 80. They all look this.
That's fucked up. He's supposed to be the racist one.
No. That's a compliment to them.
Oh.
They don't, they say black don't crack, but no, Asian don't
true,
crack.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
well, so
true.
is their being good at math is supposed to be good too, but apparently that's not good either.
Well, they also have small penises.
What do you mean?
Apparently, allegedly.
Well, that's not alleged. I've seen a lot of Asian penis.
And they
Outhouse Records does not condone racism against the Asian community.
and they
no.
and they keep their eyeballs warmer than us in the winter
What?
because their eyes are slanted.
Oh,
their eyes are warm.
Oh my god! Now you're getting real bad. I have to bleep you. This is going to be
you
one of
took
the.
it
Oh god.
Yeah. All right.
Which, by the way, you were awesome on that episode of Taking
Yeah,
It Too Far
it was.
podcast.
Oh, thank you.
I
I
like that.
appreciate
That was funny.
Funny.
Like
You said some nice things about us too.
Yeah,
They did.
I liked it.
I know. Like I was hoping that they would talk more shit so I could deflect
Yeah.
it, and they didn't.
But you
No,
took
they
over
were
right away.
squashing beef, it
You
looked
took
like to
over.
me.
I was like, yes.
Since
took
the open, I
over.
was like,
Yeah,
"Welcome to the
welcome
Outhouse Super Show."
Episode 12.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, that's the Taking It Too Far podcast here in Kokomo. Go check it out
Yeah.
if you guys haven't.
Yeah, those guys
That's
are
pretty
cool.
funny.
But
I was
he-
on it last week.
You got to see my favorite segment live, dude. I was trying to get him to fight the whole time, and I couldn't get him to fight. And
All I had to do-
all Maddie would just say, "Call women are crazy."
Women are crazy.
That's what I thought.
She's like, first of all,
Yeah.
she was like, wait, go back
Yeah,
to that
that
thing
was-
where you would.
Yeah,
was hilarious.
she
Well,
was
it's
holding
because-
on to it for a while. She was waiting.
Well, I said generalized,
Yeah.
and then Brandon was like, yeah, Laura's crazy. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like, and me and Adam looked at each other like, here it goes.
And me and Adam, we're going to a Jellyroll concert. Watch, we're gonna go rock it out with chaps on. We're gonna wear chaps.
I gave him so much shit about
Are
Jelly
you,
Roll.
are you guys going as a Jelly Roll lookalike?
Well, I'm
group?
I'm Messy Hole. I'm the hardcore version of Jellyroll. Messy Hole. That's what I called myself last night when we played the show. I was doing like singing. I was just going, I know Taco Bell need a flavor. And they're like, I'm gonna be the hardcore version of Jellyroll. Call me Messy Hole. And they're
Messy
like,
Hole.
That sounds so gross.
Ooh.
This next song is called Unstable.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about on there. Like, because Adam was like, it's like other guys look like us and they're going
Yeah, the
through
big
it.
guys, yeah,
Big
exactly.
guys like Jelly
Yeah.
Roll. Just that's how it is, you know.
Well, I met him when he was we were doing security at Center Stage and shit. When
Oh,
he was
yeah.
doing the 666 shit, like before he was even
Yep.
doing country music.
And he was not that big either, by the way.
No, he wasn't that big.
He was not that big.
Like
He had-
big or like
Fat.
No,
famous?
he's gained a lot of weight when we
Yeah.
met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they wanted him on the road to lose weight. 'Cause that's what they were saying. They're like, we need to get him up and motivated because
He made some money. And he's like, oh,
He got
hell
back fat
no.
again. Yeah,
He's like, watch this, motherfucker.
I never even liked his rap stuff. Like
I like it. The song only. That song only got
me.
me. That song only.
I
It's
just can't
good.
do it. I can't.
It was
do
good. It
just
spoke to me.
It's kind of weird. I feel like, in a weird way, that was the wrong tour for him to be on.
It was.
It was
Well, he
insane
was
clown.
arguing with because they were still letting people in, and he opened.
No, he fits with ICP. What are you talking about?
Well, no, it was
It was 666.
ICP and
Yeah.
666 and Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Yeah, it
bill
was
to me.
good. Yeah, it
Yeah?
was awesome. And that's what kept hearing. The DJ, every DJ had
The
it. I was like,
36.
oh,
Oh, my
stop.
God.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, they're doing riding spinners. Oh, sipping. That was horrible.
And the breaks. I never noticed that until I went to a hip hop concert where the DJ would just break, like just cut out everything. You know, I'm like, God, quit doing that. It drives me nuts. You're like, you're into it,
Yeah.
and he puts back the music, and I'm like, oh,
See, I love hip hop, but like I don't like hip hop shows. I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
hip hop
weird.
live.
Yeah.
It's just not
There's
my
been a
thing.
few. Futuristic.
Tech 9 was good. Every time I see Tech 9 in
Tech
the
was
Brits.
good. I seen Tech at 2004 Gathering.
And Prof is coming indie soon. He's good live at the Vogue.
I hate that guy too.
Yeah, you
I
hate
think
Prof?
I hate all the same rap.
Yeah,
all the
that's
rap
true.
you like.
I
hate.
seen Vanilla Ice live.
Yeah,
He was doing his metal shit at the time. It was all right.
But it's like a triangle because like you
Yeah.
hate the rap he likes.
Yeah, it's true.
And I hate the rap you like.
it's
you have
true.
to hate the rap that I like then.
Well, then, no.
But we all can.
We all
can
like
enjoy,
real rap. They were talking about stupid rap right now, but
Well,
we're
yeah,
talking
you're
when we're
right.
talking about Pac and we're talking about Biggie, we're talking about Heavy D or
Jaws or
NWA.
Iggy.
We're talking
Jaws
about Run
Reggie.
DMC. We all like that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's real hip hop.
But we all
I
connect.
like the boom bap style.
Does anyone here like
yeah.
Busta Rhymes? Does anyone here like Method Man or
We
Wu
do,
Tang?
we do
I
all
do
like
like
that.
Busta.
That is
Because-
right. Okay, you're right. We're on the same level there.
Exactly.
But
Cash
it's
moves everything
Gimmick-
around me,
it's
motherfucker.
gimmick rap that we don't like.
Yeah, but we
Dollar
all
Dollar
agree
Bill,
Fleetwood
y'all.
Mac rules, though, right?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
I think she sounds like a sheep.
Have you listened to the new Taylor Swift album?
No, not yet.
Nobody.
No,
Don't
not
listen to
yet.
it. It's not
It's not
worth it.
good.
Well, what
It's-
does she do? Does she yodel or something?
So I talked a bunch of shit about it on the Taking It Too Far podcast, but in case our viewers didn't listen to that, I skimmed it because I don't like to talk shit about stuff until I've actually listened to it. Like I've listened to Prof after you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I've listened to Jellyroll, and I can't get into it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna give this a chance because somebody I knew, Annie, had posted on Facebook. Sorry, Annie, but she posted and said, even if you hate Taylor, like listen to this album because you're gonna
What was
like
that?
it.
Annie Down Synagogue.
What? So I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. And so I put it on, and it's first of all, it has the worst title of any album I've ever
Yeah.
heard. The
I got it. I did.
what Tortured Poets Department or something. I'm like,
yeah.
it's a lame title. Anyways, it sounds like she just got pissed off and wrote a bunch of stuff down and then just put it over generic music. Like it's all the music is so generic.
Well-
And it all sounds exactly the same. The lyrics aren't bad, but that's why they stay as poetry. Like
What I like
it's boring as music.
What I love about Taylor Swift is when she finally got the rights to her own music and re-recorded everything. That's
Well,
what I like.
that's what you
did.
do. You remaster
Yeah.
everything.
Well, yeah.
She was like, fuck
So that you can
fuck
now have
record
the
label.
rights.
Like my favorite was when Kanye West, remember when he won his Grammy or whatever it was, and he threw it in the toilet and pissed on it and shit. It was like, this is what I think about the music career.
Hell no, it's Prince.
Music-
Look at the one Prince did, man. He went up there and he gave a speech about how nobody should be with the record label.
Yeah, exactly.
and
They're
stuff.
all devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all evil and shit. You do it on your own.
Yeah.
Become a symbol.
Prince
See,
was a shit.
I like some
I love
Taylor Swift
Prince.
stuff. Just
Yeah.
the album's just not-
Prince
not
was a genius. He wasn't contractually obligated to his record label anymore after his name was a symbol. That had nothing. That
He sure liked his Percocets though and his
Wait
pills.
a minute.
Well, so did
So
I.
you're- Is it the Avengers? Is he yelling at Prince when he says that? Avengers, assemble! You said his name was a symbol.
His name was a symbol.
A symbol.
They were talking to Prince the whole time.
His name was a symbol.
Secretly.
Everyone,
A symbol.
everyone, get into the little red Corvette.
So Prince.
Jesse hit a symbol.
Oh, there's the
No,
doves
not
flying.
Prince.
No, Chinese symbol.
Outhouse Productions
Does not
condone racism against the Asian community.
Oh,
Talk about China symbol. I use it all the time. It's loud.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think you were going that way.
China symbol for luck. Like, no, that means butt sex.
I thought you were going to say Outhouse Records does not condone the watching of any of the Avengers movies.
No. I like the Avengers movies.
The last one kind of.
What was the last one?
I can't remember the fucking
last Avengers
Infinity
movie
Wars.
was-
Infinity
I remember
Wars,
when I was
wasn't it?
watching it, and then
Endgame.
and then
Oh,
like,
Endgame was
Endgame.
great.
and then
Yeah,
half
I
of
love
everyone
Endgame.
died.
Yeah,
That was Infinity War.
Yeah.
Endgame was
Yeah.
after that. I like both of those.
I like the Infinity War better. I think because I like the drama. Everyone.
They
dying
all
at the
came
end.
back except
Yeah.
for the good actor.
I like the stuff when it ends horribly.
But see, I liked Endgame because it's like everybody was coming back, but
Yeah.
then Iron Man still dead.
Time travel.
You know, I did
A lot
like
of
all
time
the
travel.
Avengers movies, and I did wait for them. I did watch them all, but now what I don't want to watch is another fucking superhero movie.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
It's
kidding
like-
me? Deadpool's
there's a
coming
lot.
out.
I just
with
can't get
Wolverine.
into
Deadpool
them.
and Wolverine's gonna be good.
Well, those would be that's different though. That's a comedy movie to me, man. That
It's gonna
shit
be
is
part of the
funny.
MCU though.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
Ryan Reynolds
throwing
is
all the
hilarious.
Easter eggs and everything in it as well with the comics.
Well,
and
they're
shit.
coming up. They're leading up to the Kang Dynasty,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have the Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Which that one should be crazy. In the comic, Secret Wars was like X-Men, Spider-Man, Avengers, Fantastic Four. All of them were all in that comic series. So like, I hope that's what they do. Like they build up to it because I think the Fantastic Four movie's coming out before that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So they're gonna culminate. It's gonna be like another Infinity War.
They're
going to
redo
everything.
Fantastic Four.
The
Man,
whole
that would be
MCU.
great. That one was so.
Yeah,
lame.
that one was bad.
That's
Did you ever see the
lame.
documentary about the original Fantastic Four movie?
No.
Where like Stan Lee couldn't get rights to it back then because it was way before Marvel Studios came out, before Iron Man, before anything, and
Like the movies, you mean?
yeah,
Or like,
before Iron Man came out, before Marvel had their own studio, basically, and Stan Lee couldn't get the rights from Sony and shit like that, so they had to like make a fake, like not make a fake movie, but kind of like blow it up, just start filming and waste money, basically, like it's never going to get picked up, and it's the worst.
When was
I've
that?
seen it. Yeah, it's
93?
it's like Technicolor.
Yeah, dude, it's the worst, like live action.
I don't think I saw that
Yeah,
one. I saw
it's-
the one in the 2000s.
It's like
Wasn't a fan
like
of
an
that one.
ABC TV movie.
Yeah,
basically.
it was real.
But you know
bad.
how those were shot like that, like
Yeah.
that shitty, and you see the thing, like this shit's falling off of them, you know, and like they just. Stan Lee was even saying it wasn't supposed to be released. He just had to like blow it up so he can sue them and get money for Marvel Studios. Like it's crazy how he like he finagled that because he didn't have rights to the Fantastic Four.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
same
was
crap
weird.
that was going on with Spider-Man, where they couldn't release it on streaming services and stuff like that because it's going to get it released from Sony. And the whole, is Spider-Man going to still be there? Are they going to make another one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they are. They made money on Venom. They're
Yeah.
they're going.
There's another Spider-Man coming too. It's freshman year or something. I
Which
think is what
that
it's called.
second Venom sucked.
Yeah,
I hate
It
I was
wasn't as
disappointed.
good.
That's the only Woody Harrelson movie I never like. I haven't liked.
I know, and I
That's
was
No,
sad.
that's the only part of the movie I liked was when he was playing, like not when he was like in the jail and stuff. That was kind of lame.
I was so excited because Carnage is one of my favorite villains
Yeah.
ever. And they
And
just
Wood- yeah,
wasted
they
it. And I'm
did.
just like, and you had Woody Harrelson
Yes,
playing it.
exactly.
It had potential to be so good, and it was like rushed.
Yeah.
It was like he's there, and then he's dead. And it's like, what just
Well,
happened?
they
here?
tried to throw a backstory at the beginning of it, and it was kind of like
I love the
lame.
story of Cletus Cassidy and
Yeah.
all that stuff, and like he was a serial killer that got the symbiote.
They
or whatever.
summed it up.
They,
like
they
yada
did it way
yada
too
yada.
fast.
Yeah,
If they would have split it into 2 movies, they would have had more time to like build into it. But Carnage shouldn't have died that quickly. He was literally introduced and he was dead in 45 minutes. Like, you don't do that with one of the greatest villains of
Yes.
comic history.
And
Like,
you're right. Like they kind of rushed that scene because they wanted to do a natural born killer kind of thing with Woody Harrelson. That's what I felt like. They rushed it.
The
Get
whole
him in
thing
the
was
prison.
rushed.
Get him in the prison. Get him in the prison.
I was very upset.
Yeah. You believe in fate, Mallory?
That's
Yeah.
a great
I
movie.
love that movie.
I have it on Laserdisc. I need to. So okay, I figured this out last night. I was shopping around because I want to get a Laserdisc player.
Yeah.
I want to start a Laserdisc collection.
Hell yeah.
Because they're pretty cheap. Actually,
Yeah.
you could buy them, and they look super cool. They're like vinyl records. And like
Yeah.
for any of the whippersnappers out there, they look like giant CDs. And they're actually pretty good quality to watch too. But there's a Laserdisc player. I don't know that I'll ever be able to afford it, but it's a Pioneer. It came out in like 94, 95. And I looked on eBay and they're like $3,000 or something now. But there's a spot on the front where it has like a empty space and you can actually put a cartridge in. And the cartridge is a Sega Genesis.
What?
So you can play. It has a cartridge slot for Sega Genesis games, has controller ports, and there's actually Sega Genesis games on Laserdisc.
Really?
And I'm like,
Where the fuck that
I
happened?
want that. It happened in the mid 90s.
I know, but I don't remember that.
I just heard about it last night. I was
Yeah.
watching a YouTube video on the history of Laserdisc.
Because I had a
I'm a
Sega
nerd.
and Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
You know, you
this is
gotta
a
have it.
Laserdisc player
I
that
need
plays Sega Genesis, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh my God,
that's so
that's
freaking
amazing.
cool. And there's not very many games on the Laserdisc itself, but it would just be super cool to have.
You remember?
And you could play real cartridge games on it too.
What was the game for Sega that was a fart man or fart something? It was kind of like Earthworm Jim, but
Fart
like his
Man.
power, like he would jump and double jump with farts.
It
was
reminded me of something like
I don't know.
Rayman or something.
I was thinking like Boogerman. but-
Boogerman.
Is it Boogerman?
Yes,
Does he
Boogerman.
fart?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Boogerman.
I haven't played that in a long time.
I do
game
kind of
was the
remember that he
shit.
flicked boogers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he played.
A pick and flick adventure.
Yeah, and like
Oh,
when he
man.
double jumps, he farts.
See, I
Yeah.
vaguely remember that when you said that. I was like, "Is that talking about Boogerman?"
Yeah. That game rock. I played that in Earthworm Jim all the time.
Yeah.
on
I love
Sega.
Earthworm Jim. That was
Yeah.
on my cream of the crop.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I have that game actually.
Is,
Boogerman. I need to get
Sega
that.
CD. Because I remember I love Sega because you kept adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Super Nintendo, you just get the cartridge and
That's
you know.
that's the other thing about the Laserdisc player is you can play Sega CD games on it. Too.
really. Oh, I love
Yeah.
Sega CD.
So like I'm like it's kind of worth saving.
Like
up for
Sega Saturn?
eventually.
Like Sega Saturn?
Well, Saturn is 32X. Basically.
That was different.
Sega
Sega Saturn-
Saturn
Sega-
was a different
Yeah,
console.
yeah.
Sega CD was an add-on for the
To the-
Genesis
yes.
that would connect to it.
Yes.
And, yeah, and then 32X was another one.
Yeah, then
that
you
was in the
attach
middle.
it to the top.
Yeah.
Like where the cartridge is,
It
you
plugs in where the
32X.
cartridge
It
is.
made 18 to 32. You know, it was cool
And then
shit.
they made different
Then
games
it-
for that in the Saturn.
Yeah, because I had the Saturn was a whole different
That's
console.
another
Yeah,
system.
they were trying to make it.
Yeah, they didn't have that
keep
many
up with
games
Super
for it,
Nintendo.
man. When I had it, I had Tekken and
Because I thought that was cool. Super Nintendo, they didn't upgrade anything, and Sega, they're like just add shit to it. So
Yeah,
it'd be like
yeah.
Transformer, dude. It was cool as shit. You know?
Well, Super Nintendo has it had a spot on the back for an expansion slot, but I don't think they ever used it for anything.
I never used
no,
it. I used my Game Genie though.
They did in Japan. They had
Game
there was a-
Shark.
Game Shark.
Game Shark.
Well, I have a Game Genie too.
Yeah.
But in Japan, they had a Super Nintendo disc drive that would attach to the
Oh,
Super
okay.
Nintendo, but it never took off
18-bit.
enough over there, so they didn't bring it over here. But yeah, but they did have that because originally, so Nintendo was actually in talks with Sony to make. They wanted Sony to make their to make a new console.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it was going to be the Nintendo PlayStation was what it was going to be called.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
They didn't want the
So what happened was they were in the middle of negotiations to figure it out, and basically Sony and Philips was the other big brand that was like wanting in on the market or whatever, because they wanted to go to disc-based games before
Before
PlayStation,
cartridges.
before all this stuff, and they wanted to do that for audio reasons.
It's the
and they could play
future.
live video and everything.
Yeah, it's the future.
So they were in a bidding war between Sony and Philips to get this Nintendo PlayStation thing, and Nintendo went with Philips, and it was a huge mistake. And so Sony was like, "All right, fuck you, we're gonna go make our own system," and they went and made the PlayStation.
Yep.
It's kind of wild how it all happened. Like literally, PlayStation became what it is because of Nintendo.
Yes,
because
yes.
Nintendo shunned them.
Well, it was
That's awesome.
the games that made us too. When you talk about that, or Console Wars.
Yeah.
I think I watched that, and because he even brought that to Nintendo, that CD format, and then he were like, no, it's like, this is it's crap. Like, don't worry about it.
Well, no. So they actually
the Japanese people were, but the American guy was like, come on, this is the
they were
future.
talking about it. So I met that guy.
Yeah.
One of the guys that was working on it. So
Yeah.
I went to the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee with my brosen.
Milwaukee.
And Milwaukee. He makes that joke every time we go there. It's like, you guys ready to go to Milwaukee?
This guy knows how to party or what?
It's Ryan, you know how he is. But so we were actually there, and they had, it was like in a glass case, and it was the prototype, the Nintendo PlayStation. We actually got to see it.
Nice.
And there was a couple games that had like Street Fighter 2 on disc and stuff, and a couple other ones. And one of the developer guys was actually there talking about it and stuff. That's how I learned the whole story and everything. And he was like, we wanted to do this. We wanted all this. And then Nintendo decided to go with Philips.
Yeah.
And it flopped. And then Sony decided to do the thing. Like, it's a wild story.
Because it's interesting, because I remember watching it, and he's like, brings it like it's like a shark swimming. He's like, look at this. Because it's like the that dolphin game that came out for PlayStation. Echo. But it was like a crude version.
That was Sega, I think.
Was it Sega?
Sega Genesis.
Or it was like a crude version, like an updated version of that.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this format. These Japanese people are like, stupid Americans. We know this shit. And
I mean,
like,
good on them,
love
though, because,
that.
I mean, they went into the N64, and N64 did great, and it was cartridge-based. But it didn't have, the only thing it didn't have was, like, live video, and it didn't have the audio and stuff that
future.
PlayStation had. Yeah.
The future. And you always follow porn on that, too. Whatever the porn medium is, that's the future. Because back then it was Betamax and VHS.
Yeah.
Porn backed VHS. VHS outdid porn.
Weird.
DVD, HD DVD, Blu-rays.
And
Porn
then you
did
had the
Blu-rays.
Playboy channel, and nobody wanted to have it. So then they went right to internet porn.
Exactly. Now it's streaming.
No, you're right. It all
Follows porn. Everything's streaming services now.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
makes sense.
Now
It's
virtual
probably
reality
the same
porn.
for American history if you think about it.
So as soon as porn backs virtual reality, watch the boom of virtual reality. I'm telling you. I need to buy some stock in virtual reality.
I was just thinking about
Mark
buying
this
stock
right
in
now,
porn.
2024.
I'm buying stock in porn. You just told me.
I mean, that industry will never die.
Never.
It's like,
Never.
Yeah, I own 300 shares of Bang Bros.
Everybody wants to fuck.
It's one thing people like to do.
They like to
They like
fuck.
to fuck.
You gonna fuck me, Tony? Don't try to fuck me,
Don't
Tony.
fuck me. You fucking cockroach.
Speaking of fighting and shit, last night we were playing the Master Hunter show, and the Estrangers were playing, and I'm setting up the drums with Zach behind the door, All of a sudden, a big group of people came out, and he's like, big tall dude with like a dreadlock man bun. Because I thought that was weird. I was like, why you have a man bun and dreadlocks? And he's walking with like a big group of kids and a big woman, and he's like, $250, man, fuck that bum, $250. And he's like pushing the lady and
Who is
shit.
this guy?
Just some guy, the
random
customer.
show?
Yeah, no, at the bowling
From the
alley.
bowling alley.
Coming out the bowling alley, because we're sitting there like, what the fuck? What's going on? He comes out and they're yelling and shit, and I'm setting the drums up. And all of a sudden they go up, and this little Tyreek Hill looking dude, Tyreek Hill from Miami Dolphins, little short dude, dreadlock, came out swollen. He comes out like this. He's like, who the fuck saying this? Who the fuck saying this? Came up and hit the dude right in the mouth. And the whole time the Estrangers were playing, I'm going, Road Star! Road Star! And as soon as I get my camera out, they're like, no, not in front of here, not in front of here. And they take off, and they go in the parking lot, and they start fighting, pushing down the ladies are in the middle of it, and they're like knocking them down and shit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, Lafayette's wild, boy.
You didn't find out what he's yelling about?
Spending money.
$250?
Spending money in bowling, I guess.
Who spends $250 at a bowling alley?
You had a big group of people.
It was a lot of kids.
Unless he broke something,
had
and then they're
kids
like,
with
hey,
Oh,
you
yeah, it was a lot of kids. Yeah, I would say like 8 to 10 kids, and they all scattered as soon as they started fighting. Like everyone's got in their cars and took off and shit. It was crazy. And the Strangers are playing, and I'm like, you guys, wow, like they got his ass beat to a soundtrack. I thought that was cool as shit. Like
That's
punk
awesome.
rock's playing. It sounds like B-52s. It's like, it's like fuck you, motherfucker. And like, I gotta follow that.
Yeah, it's a show.
And then right before we were playing, these Mustangs were in the parking lot trying to drift. And they couldn't drift. You know, they're just like trying to peel out and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, please hit each other. Like, right before we play.
Nothing cool like that happens when we play over there.
I know. That's what I was saying. I go, Vodka was popping last night. It was crazy.
Wow.
And we did not fit that show.
Yeah.
Master Hunter. It should have been Dwarf.
I know. It said it. What was it? Punk
Punk,
night
yeah,
at the pub?
Punk, Pat and the Pissers.
I remember seeing
which
the flyer.
I talked to them, Pat and the Pissers. I want to do shows with them.
Yeah.
They fit.
I've seen
with
their
Dwarf.
name, but I haven't heard them.
Dude, they're so good. They're so good. I was like, man, that's like straight energy punk.
Did you say I'm in a different band? I want to play.
Yes,
with
I
you.
I'm in
told
a
him.
band that'll
Yes.
fit with you
I
guys.
told him. I go, yeah, I'm in the other. I play because I was making fun of Tony because I was like, oh, I play bass in a punk band. Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I play drums in a punk
Yeah,
band.
I go. I do it right. I do the real fucking instrument. I play drums in a punk band. You know, and he did the lead singer of Pat. I guess his name is Pat. He
one of the
did.
Pissers.
He did the
No,
brilliant
he's
thing,
not one of the
which
Pissers.
I never thought of. He opened it. He has a wireless mic. He ran to the bowling area side, opened the door, and started grabbing people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
started throwing
Hell
them
yeah.
in. He's like, no, everybody get the fuck. I want my new friends to meet my old friends, and then we're all going to have fun. You know, doing the punk
That's
rock.
cool.
I go, oh, that's so cool. You know,
I
it
like
reminded me of Failed Escape.
Nice.
You know, it's like some old school
Where are they
AFE.
from?
That's awesome.
Indianapolis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get
I
them.
was saying Dwarf
Let's
needs
book 'em
a
for Harvest Fest.
yeah. Oh, definitely.
Which, by the way,
It's,
Harvest Fest 10, we're hoping. Should I not say it?
well, I think maybe.
We're gonna see what we can do.
oh,
We're gonna see what we can do.
X-Nay on crowdfund day.
So I want to crowdfund. Can we do that?
I think so. We're all broke. We want to do
Yeah.
Harvest Fest for the 10th year in a row, so we're gonna put something up soon. So if anybody wants to donate to
Yes.
get Harvest Fest going this year, it's basically just to pay for the sound and lights
Yeah.
and maintenance.
Unless
So,
Steven wants to do it for free.
He doesn't.
he won't listen to this anyway. So, anyways, we have a tentative date in September, so we're gonna try to figure some stuff out,
On the full moon too, wasn't it? Or harvest moon or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, that'd be cool.
which just makes sense for.
So we
Harvest
can
Fest,
sacrifice somebody.
Who you? Me?
So. On that note, we will be right back after these messages from our sponsor.
Am I always sacrificed?
Has this ever happened to you? Are you a fucking dumb shit? New t-shirts from all your favorite bands at shopouthouse.com. Cleans up 69% more spills than other band shirts. Now that's clean. Annoying girlfriend? No problem. Shut up, bitch. Shopouthouse.com. Friend's leg fall off? That's a cinch. Wordplay. Shopouthouse.com. Apply directly to the kneecap. Make sure to go to shopouthouse.com today and get yours.
And we are back here at the episode 11. No, episode 12.
Oh.
12.
Dirty
1,
dozen.
2, 12.
Yeah, the dirty
The dirty dozen. Dirty dozen.
Outhouse Super Show. Appreciate you guys if you're still watching. We need to get some more new commercials because we
Oh,
keep
yeah,
playing
keep
that
that
same
same
commercial
one.
over and over.
Yeah. I found the
Eventually
old
we'll do
one.
it.
I did. That was funny. I need to redo the audio on it though. It's too low.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
smoke break and me just
Yeah.
it just says go to shopouthouse.com.
I was gonna tell you we can use it for this show, but like the audio is kind of low.
Yeah, I recorded it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to redo that one.
But that was long ago.
I guess I have to tickle my
Because I always thought that was funny. Like it was smoke break by Shop. You know, it was brought to you by, and it's some guy just coughing like face turning red. I was trying to make my face turn red, and I couldn't do it.
Can't do it?
Yeah, I
Can't
couldn't
make
do
your
it.
face turn red?
No, I used to. I remember little. I used to hold my breath and all that shit. Like make yourself pass out and just go.
It still worked. Still worked.
Yeah,
still
you
red.
definitely turned red.
Yeah. Now it's easy. My face is always red because I have high blood pressure. Because
Yeah,
I'm old.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll busted. I'll probably have a stroke if I try to do it.
Yeah.
Try
Just fucking pass out.
to turn it
start
red,
twitching.
and it goes white.
Yeah.
You fucking fall on the
Wow,
ground.
that was really
I think
good.
Jesse's dead.
That was really good, Bessie.
Well, man, poke him with a stick.
But you remember that? Like back in the day, you used to just hold your breath and someone just choke you out. Like your friends would choke you out until you pass out. That was what we did for fun.
We used to put each other in Sleeperholds. See
Yeah,
how long you
yeah,
could how long you
exactly.
could go until you pass out.
We would hit each other over the head with fluorescent light bulbs.
Yeah,
Well, that too. That was later.
Deathmatch
That
stuff,
was
yeah.
later. Trampolines. We had a trampolines to that later.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like
Mattresses in the
8,
backyard.
9 years old. Like I was littlest age, choking out my friends.
I mean, we were probably like 14, 15.
I wonder where she gets it.
But
Someone give these kids a joint.
so there was this one time that we were choking each other out. It was me and Pat Durr, the
of course,
worm.
has
the
no
worm.
nerves.
And we were taking turns choking each other out
Exactly.
for some random
I love
reason.
Pat. Yeah, that's what we roll with Pat.
So I had him in like a sleeper. It was almost like a Taz mission because I had him behind the head,
the arm, yeah.
and with the arm up and stuff.
Yeah.
But he went out and he started to fall, and I didn't know that he was like completely out. So I let go, and he fucking we fell forward, and he like hit his head on like we were at our friend Stephanie's house, and like he hit his head on this like I don't know what it was, some kind of like hutch or shelf or something, and there was like dishes on it that all fell over and shit, and he's just like laying there, and I'm like, shit, I think I killed Pat. He wasn't moving, and then like he woke up, he went and like he almost puked on himself. Jeez. It was brutal, and he was like, why'd you let me fall? And I'm like,
that is a nightmare, dude.
I was like, dude, we're choking each other out. It's like I didn't know he was completely out.
Hey,
if I let go,
game, dude.
and he just fell forward.
But no, it's funny you say you add weed to it because we added weed to it passing out. You ever did the California shotgun?
No, not me.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You take a blunt that you're smoking, and you get someone in the corners, and take 10 deep breaths, take deep, get relaxed, and then you get in a catcher's position, like get on your knees, get down, and then I take a blunt, I get in front of you, and I blow a shotgun in your face while you slowly rise to your feet, and then when you get to your feet, you turn around and I pick you up. And it gives you the wah wah. It'll knock you out. Like I let people. That's why I let them down. They go whack, and they hit their head on shit. And
I get the wall.
I would walk
just
like
smoking.
puppets. I go.
I just start coughing, and that shit happens to me.
I just get that if I bend over and stand up too quick.
Yeah,
I'm an old man.
That's all it is. We're just rushing all the oxygen to your brain, and then add weed to it and hold it in.
That's been happening. That's been happening to me a lot. Like last night, we were upstairs packing stuff, and I bent over and I would stand up, and I'd be like, "Okay, I gotta stand here for a second."
Yeah.
Like I'm so freaking old.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of grays coming in my hair and stuff. Not just my beard anymore.
Yep,
it's fucking. It's terrible.
Cool. I know you're gonna be gray, just like me,
like aliens.
Yeah,
the grays.
I like the gray in the beard, but
that's why.
That's
what's happening. We were abducted, and we're becoming the grays. One of them,
dude.
One of us.
You know how they say. You know how they say memories would like have an owl, something like that. That means you've been abducted. Basically, like if you have a memory.
Oh, like the movie The Fourth Kind.
Yeah, like they say if you have a memory of an owl. Well, I have a weird memory of me riding a bike on Indiana Street and seeing an owl, like on the porch, and I ran up to it and grabbed it, like picked it up by his talons and put it on my bicycle, and started riding home with it. And right before I got home, the thing took off.
Weird.
And that's like one of my earliest memories. And I go, was I abducted?
I think you were. That explains a lot.
It would explain the size of your butthole. Sure. From
among other things.
The extensive probing.
But it's the weirdest. And I remember too, like a mouse getting hurt. I remember putting a piece of cheese on the sidewalk next to it. Like it was fucked up. Like it was like screaming. I remember putting a piece of cheese. Like, here you go. You're gonna die.
Man, you just reminded me of a horrible thing my sister Bridget did when we were little.
Yeah.
So like,
I love these stories.
We were camping, right? It was like some like antique tractor show. It was with my grandpa. And we were camping. It was stupid as shit, but
antique farmers.
Yeah, it was. That's what it was. It was crazy. Anyways, I found a mouse. Like a mouse. I was just eating, and I was camping, and a mouse just come right up to me and started eating off my plate, and I was just like, whoa. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I picked him up, and he was just like a cat or something.
Yeah,
Let me pet him.
Sedated
so I named
almost.
him. Yeah. So I named him Spike, and I was playing with him, right? So I put him I had a donut box, right? I put him in a donut box, and I went and tromped with my friends out in the woods. When I got back, Bridget had said, I tried to give it a bath. She took it to the river and drowned this freaking mouse, man. And
like Michelle in Full House.
On purpose.
Oh, yeah,
on
dude.
purpose.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm killing what I can't take care of.
Oh, God.
I wish I could do that
That's what
to
it reminded me
you.
of. I was like, no, Spike. It's so crazy because another mouse that looked just like that did that to me again when I lived in Bloomington.
Drowned
right?
you?
He would come up and I would let the nasty
Revenge.
I would let the
You like
nasty
that,
little
man?
fucker eat right out of the potato chip bag, right? And my dad put a stop to it. He's like, that
Well,
is
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's
Get
nasty.
diseases and all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
shit. That also explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, me and Tony shared a room, growing up. And I remember I'm sitting on front of the love seat, like not even on the love seat. I think we're playing the Super Nintendo. Controller wasn't long enough, so you had to sit like on the floor to play. And Tony was laying on the bed and we're smoking. getting higher and shit. All of a sudden, I looked to my left. A little tiny baby mouse came up on the armchair of because we had 2 beds right here and the love seat right there in the middle. And I'm sitting like right in front of the love seat. And the little mouse just came up on the armrest. And I turned up. I go, oh shit! Look at that thing, dude. It's just like like you said, it's like all sedated, like higher and shit. So it was like start blowing into it. It's going. Little baby mouse is getting fucked up, and then we put it on a plate and threw it outside. Like, have fun.
That was the craziest trip of his life.
Yeah,
and I went outside. It's like, wow, the world's so big.
All right, last mouse story. All right.
Way too many mice stories.
I like mice
Fast
stories.
forward several years later, we lived on Ohio Street back before I bought this house, right? And there was a bunch of clutter. We didn't have nowhere to put it, so we stored a bunch of boxes and stuff in the back room. And we're taking it out to move, and Christina, like, we'd been having a mouse problem, so we were just moving our shit out of there. We couldn't deal with it no more. And she moved a box out, and she found a nest of little baby mice.
Oh,
and I was like,
I remember the story.
We're about to take these and put them in the alley or something. And no, she grabbed the whole fucking nest of baby mice and squished those motherfuckers
Yeah,
in
you
her
see
hand.
the goo coming out from the
Freaking
bottom,
goo.
dude.
What the
Yeah.
Your wife did this?
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
god.
That's the
Kibbles-
craziest. She was so fed up, dude. I seen her chase a mouse through the house and smash it with a hammer
Yeah.
and win.
Jesus Christ.
Like, she's like, is it like mice and Christina?
Well, yeah, she's gonna win. She has a hammer. It's a mouse.
After she did that, they redo their vows after that.
Yeah, well,
he loved
I
her.
knew I'd be with her forever.
that's
at that
that's
point.
insane, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
can I marry you again?
I think I remember that. I think I remember you telling me the story, but it's
Yeah.
still just as shocking.
Yeah,
like
dude.
it's
She
fucking
had looked.
wild.
She looked at Kibbles in the eye and squeezed it. Like, this would be your dick, motherfucker.
She doesn't even have that good of a grip on my dick.
Well, she's using it all on the goddamn ice.
I know. Well, mice squeezing, and then turns out a few years later, it's a national sport in the Olympics.
My squeezing.
You train for that?
Jesus. Got that forearm strength.
Man, how many mice? I went to New York City.
Yeah.
I can kill a rat with this fucking
Yeah,
forearm.
killer rat with his arm.
Well,
All right, we ready for the...
all the mice stories are out of the way. We have another segment. We're bringing back
The cream of the crop!
Thanks, Macho Man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Macho Man.
The cream of the crop, where we do our top 5 of random things because, by this point in the show, we usually run out of stuff to talk about.
Yep.
So this is always a fun time to bring stuff up.
Macho Madness.
So yeah, today we are doing, what are we doing? Top 5 stoner movies.
Stoner movies.
So we are...
It's a late 420
yeah,
edition.
we're a week and a half late because we were going to do it for the 420 episode, but...
Got
it's,
high.
But we, yeah.
OJ died. We got high.
I remember some OJ. We took a couple weeks off. So anyway, so this is the first episode since 420. So we're going to do top 5 stoner movies because we all love movies. We haven't done a movie one yet, and stoner movies is pretty cool.
So
who's going first?
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I guess Kibbles is going first. No,
It sounds like it's
He is the winner. Or he is the champ, so might as well have
no
him
he's
go
the
first.
champ of a different
of
segment.
a different segment.
That's jizz in my
Oh,
pants.
that's true.
Yeah, it's
Quiz in my
jizz.
pants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, that determines who goes first.
Are we going to RPS again?
Yep.
Oh, Kibbles goes
Kibbles is
first.
going first.
Wow, he
Then
learned.
we're, then we're going,
Yeah.
yeah, clockwise.
My first number 5.
Top 5. Do you have any
Honorable
honorable mentions
mentions.
first or no?
You want to do do
honorable mentions first.
Let's do honorable
Yeah,
mentions
mentions
first.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to build the suspense.
Exactly. How high?
How high? I love
knew
that.
you were gonna
movie.
say that,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Method
my
Man,
honorable
Red Man.
Got
mention.
weed? Got blunt?
I just
so
like
good.
I had no idea that he was so funny. You know what I mean? And after
Who?
that, I just Method Man.
Oh,
and then after that, I
And
just
Redman.
I liked Wu-Tang even more after that and shit because of that.
Dude,
Yeah.
one of my
That
favorite,
movie's hilarious.
my favorite
But
parts.
it's a real funny premise.
One of my
They
favorite.
like go dig up Ben Franklin and like
Yeah.
put him in the blender.
Oh yeah.
They find out his artifact was a bong.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
One of my favorite parts is though is when he's eating Cheetos, Redman, and he's like
Smashing them in
and,
the floor.
Yeah, and he's like, he goes, man, I know Batisha, she makes these rugs. He's like, I know that bitch, man. like you can tell that's a real conversation they've had and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what it seemed like. The whole movie, it felt like
It's real.
it felt like it was like Method Man, Redman because they hung out all the time. You know, it's like all that stuff came from real conversation, real jokes and stuff,
yeah.
which is funny.
That part just makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
It's
And they brought back the Saved by the Bell chick.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was funny.
I love that
So
movie.
and then Super Troopers, another honorable mention.
Yeah.
You boys like Mexico?
I almost put that on mine, but I was like, is that considered a stoner movie?
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
say so.
Broken
Yeah.
Lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is littering and smoking the
Yeah.
reefer, and then
Well, I'm kind of.
Taste
I'm
my snozzberries.
yeah,
I'm
they're
still pissed
smoking
at
weed
them.
in the evidence room.
You're right. You're right.
I'm still pissed at them. They never made Weed Fest.
They never
Yeah.
did. They're
That
teasers.
pissed me
They
off.
talked about it.
Instead, they made crappy
Because that
ones.
would be my number on my top.
I like Beer Fest. I
Yeah,
thought that was
it's
a good
awesome.
One. Yeah.
Imagine that with Willie Nelson and
Yeah.
Weed Fest.
Yeah.
So my last honorable mention would be Reefer Madness. The stoner movie that started
that's,
stoner
yeah, that's
movies.
stoner.
I've never actually watched it.
You never watched it? Oh, it's so good.
I've seen clips
so
and stuff, but I've
ridiculous.
never
It's
watched
like
it.
so
My
over the
favorite-
top. It's hilarious.
Yeah, my favorite is when he's playing piano and he starts smoking reefer and he starts playing piano faster. He starts smoking and he's like, I can't stop playing piano.
They get all deranged. As soon as a girl starts smoking, right, half their clothes come off.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I need to watch this.
It is good.
I've seen a few clips and stuff, but I've never actually watched
the
it.
York brothers brought it to me one time. Tony's little friends, Chris and Rob York, they Reefer Madness. I go, what's this? He goes, oh, dude, it's the original stoner movie. I'm like, the fuck? And it is. It's all over the top, like
It's over the-
1950s
yeah,
shit.
it's
Like,
horrible.
come on. Like,
Nice.
like
This is what's going to
beware.
happen to you. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be like a PSA.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you will lose
hilarious.
your wife and family.
Well, I want to be able to play piano really fast, so I need to smoke
Exactly.
some weed.
Yeah, just like his hair starts
No,
getting messy.
we do
His
that
hair
with
starts
meth
messing up.
now.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so I feel like weed would slow you down.
Hey, what is
It'd make you really
I know.
creative, though.
Why's my meth got all these little crystals in it?
Well, I don't know. I remember smoking with Sarah's little brother one time at the park. He was maybe like 13, 12. And I remember he hit the joint and he started running, like doing laps around the park. I was like, usually weed slows you down, but it like gave him like energy.
Weird.
And he just started running. He's like,
I
just
was
wanna run.
running.
Yeah, I ran.
And how old
I
were you
ran.
during this? You were in your
28.
30s?
I was selling weed at the basketball goal in Bunker Hill. What up, Bunker Hill?
So, number 5, favorite stoner movie for kills
Yes.
of all time,
Yeah.
Half Baked.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
That's number
classic.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean Dave Chappelle, Jim Brewer, what's his name from the One Thing? Who was in that ICP
Which-
movie?
Dude,
Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams, yeah.
Have you
Harlan
seen
Williams.
that
funny.
Roseanne podcast with Jim Brewer?
No.
Oh my god, dude, that's homework. You guys got to watch it.
Okay.
It's insane. Jim Brewer talks about this conspiracy that someone visited Dave Chappelle, right? Because when he took that leap to Africa.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, where Jim Brewer's like that. He's basically giving evidence saying that he might be a clone.
Oh.
That's what he's hinting at. He won't say it. And Roseanne's like, yeah, that's what they do. They clone people.
This is Roseanne's podcast?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I didn't know she had one.
Yeah, and she interviewing Jim Brewer, and they're both like crazy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, it was entertaining. But it was weird the way that Jim Brewer, he goes, I'll let him talk about the story, but he was visited, and he goes, you remember, you know I'm right, Jim, right? You believe me, Jim, right? And then he just left.
That's weird.
And then when he came back, he never talked to him since. He's never talked to Jim Brewer since.
That's weird.
And it was like, it's a different person. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Or he just figured out Jim Brewer was a
But no,
fucking nut and
but
cut
no.
ties.
I hang out with a lot of comedians, right? And a lot of comedians say it takes 10 years to find your voice in comedy. Like you got to do stand up in about 10 years. How long was Dave Chappelle's hiatus after he came back? 10 years. Because he got buff. Remember, he came back, he was all buff. 10 years. So the government were trying out the clone on weekends and shit for 10 years.
Weird.
They're like, get out there and do some dick jokes. Like, do it in the style of Dave Chappelle. Come on, man.
So wait, so was it old Dave Chappelle and Half Baked then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be
Yes,
old
the
one,
old
yeah.
Dave.
What
'Cause
about
it is-
Con Air? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely old
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. But it's weird. Like I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times, that podcast, the way Jim is talking about it. Like it was scary because he was like, and he was kind of talking about like, I was like, is it aliens? What's going on? Like, who is he visited by?
That is weird.
And
That
then
is
he
weird.
transcended, went behind Hollywood's back, and went to Netflix.
Yeah.
And then he pissed off all the trans people.
But his stand up is different though.
Who cares?
It is different. It's similar but different.
Whiny bitch.
Like he doesn't go to absurdity anymore. Like there's no more baby standing on the corner shit. Like the stories he would tell.
That was a funny story, but, but kinda. He in one of his recent specials, he kicked his friend's mom in the pussy because she didn't have stovetop stuffing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's Dave Chappelle ish.
Yeah,
It's the clone
I
working
like
on his shit.
I like your conspiracy
weird.
theories.
And that's what I'm thinking.
I don't believe a single one of them, but I love them so much.
Because the 10 years made me think. I go, wait a minute. Because he was gone for 10 years after he came back to Africa.
I was cool when it was wear this dress to be famous, but now it's wear this dress and like murder these kids. It's like
you better
different
touch
now.
kids.
Drink the blood of this child.
We've talked about this. One kid murder is okay.
Oh yeah.
When it becomes more,
Well, yeah. I mean, one might be
Kill
for
is
the
a
greater
kill.
good. Who knows? It could be for the greater good. But when you do several kids, it's just a tragedy, man.
Infinity War.
that was like Ouija. He had a joke about that last 2 nights ago at the
I missed it. Ouija
at the
was there?
comedy show. Yeah,
Oh.
he closed the show out. He went way darker than he usually does.
Damn it!
Yeah, it was
I
good.
missed the good stuff
It was
from
good.
Ouija. Fuck.
But it was at at Cooper's Pub every Thursday 8 p.m. There's open mic.
Yes.
But yeah, Ouija Ortiz was there, and he told a whole joke. I don't want to tell the whole thing.
AKA
obviously.
Kibbles.
But it was a whole thing about like he was talking about Columbine
Nice.
because he was talking about how hard it is to get good trench coats because he wears trench coats.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't been able to find a good one since fucking 99 because it's bullshit. But he was talking about the kids that got killed. He was just like, you don't know what they did in their past life though. They may have deserved it. Like, it was fucking
Well,
dark.
they were bullies. That's
How-
why they
how do
killed
you
people.
know?
No, the kids that they killed.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Most of them were bullies.
But yeah. But he's like, just saying, you don't know people's past life if you believe in reincarnation. You know, it was a really dark set. But it was funny.
I like Louis C.K.'s joke better. He says, if you're in a school shooting, just outrun the fat kids.
Yeah, that's true. That is
You
true.
will survive a school shooting.
Okay, that was number 5. Oh wait, no, number 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized now.
Number 4 was Half Baked.
Yes.
No, number 5 was Half Baked. I did my honorable mention.
Oh shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Quit trying to take mine away.
No, you're
man.
good. I'm just trying to get back on track. Go
ahead.
All
All
right.
right.
What's number
4? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Swedish
Hunter S.
fireballs.
Thompson writing it. Johnny Depp is just portrays him perfectly. And I don't know
The movie
all
makes
the
you
scenarios.
The movie makes you feel stoned even if you're not.
Oh yeah,
That's what's crazy.
all the
about it.
scenarios, doing all the drugs, and it's
Based-
Tell me what the fucking
And it's based on a true
it's
story.
so quotable.
Yeah.
You know, so many good quotes in there,
And it's based on a true story.
and it's based on a true story, or based on a true story according to the person that happened to.
According to the guy on all the drugs.
He went to that to do the fire. You know,
yeah.
the write
That-
the
that
story
part-
about
True
that.
story is he
Yeah.
went there and did all the drugs.
Yeah. And that's
And he saw lizard people.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love that
but
movie.
it's like road trip and
Yeah,
drugs.
goddamn
That's like
golf shoes.
to me, that's a stoner movie. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
It is. I mean,
You ever took acid and watched it?
No, but I watched it on mushrooms, and I couldn't pay attention to it
Dude,
because I was on
the best
mushrooms.
movie on mushrooms, Butterfly Effect, Ashton Kutcher. I'm telling you. Eat mushrooms and watch that movie. Go ahead. Number 3.
that is a trippy movie. Yeah.
Dude, mushrooms, dude, hook, line, and sinker, boy.
All right,
You're believing that shit.
number
You
3,
start doing drugs.
Number 3.
Friday.
Friday. There you
shit, that's
go.
the one, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yo, yeah. Damn. You got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, with Tiny Lister. Rest in peace.
Tiny Lester. Rest in peace, Tiny Lester.
Zeus. He scared me when I was little. I remember watching
He's a
No Holds
scary guy,
Barred,
yeah.
and he scared the shit out of
But
me.
that's classic. There's literally nothing going on in that movie.
So
What, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Friday in the
Yeah,
hood.
they're
That's all it
just
is.
hanging out in the neighborhood, smoking a little weed.
Which, you know, he wrote that on the
It's
set
Friday,
of, or
they ain't got shit to do.
DJ Pooh wrote that with Ice Cube, most of it on the set of Boys in the Hood.
I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah, because they were like, they were smoking weed and go,
You know,
hey
that-
man, why wasn't there a movie about it just doing this?
That did not make my top
Smoking
5
weed.
stoner movies. Boys in the Hood. Not at all. All right.
Ricky.
Number 2, Bridges of Madison County.
Damn it, that was mine.
Pleasantville.
But
I love Pleasantville.
Yeah, that's a good
movie.
acid movie. too.
Friday, Ice Cube, that's the show.
Great movie.
Number 2, Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
100% classic stoner
I
movie.
love that movie.
Even our parents as stoners
Yeah.
Yeah.
was into that one.
This is a classic.
I still use that joke. Like, I piss cops off all the time. They go, can I see your license? And I go, it's on the back of the
It's on
bumper.
the back. I always do that.
That's brilliant writing.
Because all these different varieties of weed. Every time somebody asks me what kind of weed is it, I say, well, it's mostly Maui,
Yeah,
but it's got some
Labrador.
Labrador.
Yeah.
I got 4 Labradors. So.
With the hint of Labrador.
Yeah. I had to chase my dog all week. He ate my stash.
See, I forgot about the Cheech and Chong movies. That's the most obvious ones. I don't even know why I put them on there.
But
I like that one. I like Nice Dreams too.
yeah.
Nice dreams.
Well,
is
did you
good.
see that
Next
video I
movie's
sent you?
good.
It's,
one too.
it's called Judge's Water. Because remember when they would drink the water from the judge and they go, it's fucking vodka, man.
Yeah.
Remember that? They did a vodka called Judge's Water.
Oh, nice.
And then you drink the vodka, and after you drink the vodka, it's a stem and you make it into a bong.
Nice.
That's brilliant.
$300. I was thinking about buying it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you drink the vodka and then turn it into a bong and smoke weed after you drink all the vodka.
Marketing.
And it's brilliant. It's called Judge's Water. Because I was like, why? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. They're like, it's fucking vodka, man.
That is weird.
They hope you ain't doing nothing for about a month.
All right. And then my number 1.
Number one.
It's just too epic not to be a number
Forrest
1.
Gump.
Blow.
Oh, I didn't think about that one either. Yeah.
That's like the inner workings. He's selling
Is it really
weed.
a stoner movie?
Yeah,
I
oh
don't
yeah,
know.
man.
Well,
Yes, it is. It definitely is a stoner movie. The whole first half of the movie, they're doing nothing but
know,
selling weed and smoking weed and having a good time. But then it gets
Right.
darker,
Pee-wee
which
Herman's
happens.
in it. Pee-wee Herman's in it, so I'll give
You
it
know
to
what
you.
I
I'll
mean?
give it to you.
So-
Paul Rubens.
But
Those are
they're
nice dreams,
But
too.
they're smoking
Yeah,
weed
it's true.
throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? And it's what could happen
Yeah,
for
you're
stoners
right.
who took the wrong path.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I would consider it
Boston
more
George.
of like a
like a Scarface movie.
yeah.
I
Like a
didn't
gangster
use
movie.
Scarface
gangster
because of
movie.
that, because there was no weed. It was all cocaine
Yeah.
in Scarface.
And next time we'll do top 5 Coke movies.
Yes, there you
Scarface
go.
got to be number
gangster
one.
movies.
Yeah.
I like that gangster.
Gangster movies would be
Yeah,
good.
gangster
That's a
movies.
good idea.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
yeah.
His American Gangster is awesome with Denzel. I love that movie.
You already know what my number one would be.
And then
though.
we'll do
Yeah,
top.
Scarface.
We'll do our top 5 Rocky movies.
Rocky.
Scarface would be up there.
Apollo. Apollo was my first favorite Rocky movie.
All right, top 5 Terminator movies.
Mine's the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie. No, Goodfellas. Goodfellas would be my number one.
True,
That's my
Goodfellas.
number one. gangster
Casino's
movie.
technically
Number one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what kind of gangster? I was going to do 8 Mile.
All right, so that was what would you have here? You had
Half Baked, number
Half-Baked.
5. Fear and Loathing, Friday. Up in Smoke, and then Blow.
Blow.
And I
Okay.
will argue that with my teeth.
It's a gangster movie, not really.
Escobar's not a gangster; it's a cartel movie,
Yeah,
and he was only in it for
Tomato,
a small
tomato.
fraction. Yeah,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, your turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my number one is Fettuccine Alfredo. Go watch Fettuccine
So is
Alfredo on
mine.
Fossum streaming service.
Weird, mine too.
yeah,
Weird.
awesome.
It's a free movie site.
How much
Fettuccine
does it
Alfredo
cost?
got picked up free. $0
And you can watch the
And
music
do we
video
get anything for it?
on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Do you get anything for it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. We need more
Hey,
views.
that would be
It just got
watch
picked
it.
up.
that would be awesome.
It would be awesome. It's free, awesome movies. There's actually a lot of cool movies on there. Like a lot of indie stuff, which
Yeah.
is cool. But yeah, go watch Fettuccine Alfredo, our movie.
Yeah.
So
Shameless plug.
first of all, no shameless at all.
No
I have
shame
lots
in
of
my
shame
game.
for that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. My honorable mentions. How High was on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Friday was also on there.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
That was honorable
I
mention.
love that movie.
Such a good movie,
That's
yeah.
a stoner movie.
That's 100%. Yeah, the whole movie is just like they're too fucking
do-
stoned.
they do like-
I'm already in the dumpster.
It's got the
They
cross
do a
joint.
lot of the same
Yeah.
thing.
It's got
They
the
do a
cross
lot of the
joint.
same thing.
But
though.
that's
So
action-packed.
they see gangsters shooting each other, and then they have to run from gangsters. This sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah, but they did it well. It doesn't matter who did it first. It's who does it the
But does
best.
it have the cross joint in it?
I think Blow would have done that way better than Pineapple Express.
If
You
Blow-
can't-
if
that's
Blow would
apples
have
and
a-
oranges to me.
I'd rather watch Pineapple Express. Blow's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Like I have to be in a mood for that. Pineapple Express I can put on any time and watch it.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yes.
talking about greatest though, not ones that are rewatchable. I can't sit and watch Blow every day. That's a fact. I can't watch
Yeah,
Pineapple
but-
Express every day.
But to a
I-
certain point, if it's the most rewatchable, wouldn't that be the best?
He blows
I don't
every
know.
You
day.
watch it the most.
I didn't really like it that
You
much.
can blow
anyways.
every day.
I love
Gills.
I love Pineapple Express. It's on my honorable mention. Didn't make
All
my
right,
top 5. It almost did, but also I have 2 more honorable mentions.
Yep.
The Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
Superbad.
it's a stoner movie.
Yeah.
Well, I like it. You never see him smoke a full joint.
I know.
It's always
Yeah.
a roach.
Yeah.
like he's never. I was like, give this man a joint.
Yeah,
man.
But it's only
Poor man.
only stoners I know like that
Yes.
movie. Like people that don't smoke are like,
Bulls.
what did you mean?
Bowling enthusiasts,
Oh yeah, that's
Which the
probably that too. Yeah.
edited version, amazing.
people who like
You watch the
rubs.
edited
Oh,
version
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
That's a good stoner movie on its own. Just get high and watch the edited version. Oh my
TV
God.
the edited for TV version.
This is what happens when you find a
Threadbare.
man in the Alps.
Find a man in the Alps.
When you find a
Threadbare
man in the
carpet
Alps.
makers really like the Big Lebowski.
I don't know that I've ever seen the whole
You hear
edited
that,
version,
Donnie?
but
You hear that?
I've seen that clip. This is what happens when you find a man in the Alps. It's so stupid. We should write a song about finding
But
men in the
yeah.
Alps. Like,
About buzz
yeah,
eggs.
yeah. All right, and then one more honorable mention: Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of the sequels, but that first movie,
yeah, Neil
is
Patrick
fantastic.
Harris is amazing.
Oh, it's
in
so
that.
good in that. Yeah,
And like,
that was his renaissance.
Yeah, it was like
I started
did
doing
not
the,
expect
I started
that.
doing the pterodactyl because of that dude in that movie. I go like I'm that guy.
Mountain Dew Extreme. But no, Neil Patrick Harris actually got his role on How I Met Your Mother because of Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Nice.
They saw him in that movie and they were like, that's when he was approached for it back after that or whatever because he was just crazy.
Say the second one is when he branded the hooker, wasn't it? Guantanamo Bay, where he
Yeah.
branded the hooker. And
Yeah,
he
see, I
gets
didn't really
shot.
care for that
And he
one.
got shot at the end. He gets-
Yeah, it's
but
stupid.
he's alive in the third one.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that thing, and
I didn't really care for that one. I didn't like the other one.
Yeah,
either,
the second one,
Christmas
it took it too extreme. The
yeah,
second
it was
one.
just too weird.
Too
The
extreme.
first one was like, it was ridiculous, but it was
Yeah.
the right amount of ridiculous. I don't know.
I
It
never
felt like a
seen
cartoon.
I didn't see any of the sequels. I only saw
It's
I
not
love
worth
I
it.
love the first one because he's like annoyed by them.
Yeah.
Doogie Howser.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, second one,
Yeah.
he's like your buddy.
Yeah.
The second one, he's like, come on, guys. Like, fuck you guys.
All right, and my top 5
Yeah.
stoner movies of 2024. I mean, of all time, but
Of all time.
I'm doing it in 2024.
Cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop. Number 5, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Just-
love that movie.
I love all the Kevin Smith movies. So like,
And
Of course.
I never would have thought about that when remember the cop was like, what are these for? He's like, put those fuckers in my underwear. No more stain in my undies. I go, wow, that's brilliant, actually.
that was just that movie. Like it took all the movies from the Kevin Smith, like the Askew
universe.
Universe or whatever it is. He took all those movies and kind of like made it into like a perfect stoner comedy. I feel
Yeah.
like it's got everything you want.
Would you ever seen Tusk?
That's the only one I have not seen actually. I've
seen
heard a lot
parts of
about
it.
it, but
They
I've not
got
seen that
it's
one.
crowdfunded, ironically.
This shit, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Number 4, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
So that one was it was pretty big in my.
I liked it later when they redid it. It was called Clueless.
What? I like Clueless too, but Fast Times is just like
That's what it reminds me of. It
Spicoli's one of
reminds
the
me of
best.
a newer version of Clueless.
It's just
or
it's just
Fast
like
Times.
it's a high school movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
lots of
it's
them
on the
are.
girl instead of the guy.
Yeah, I guess I don't
Yeah.
know, but there's like rape and stuff in Fast Times. like
Yeah, true.
consensual rape, I guess it
Yeah.
would be.
Well,
I don't know, statutory rape. I don't know. Anyways,
Withdrawal consent.
we talk about rape way too often on this podcast. We're just trying to get ratings, trying to get canceled.
rapings.
Number 3, Half Baked, which
yeah.
we've talked about.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Poop.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. Obviously, you know we love Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah.
So it's,
I guess you can only do one cock push up, really.
well, one is all you need. That's all you need. Well, it's like I always loved the HBO show, and like they just took it all and they put it all into the movie.
Yes.
And plus, Dave Grohl plays the devil.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's
and
got-
drums. He plays
so
drums
good.
on every.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere every Tenacious D
Yep.
recording you
He's
hear.
always the drummer.
It's always Dave. And I go,
That's why it's so
that's
damn good.
interesting. I go, that's interesting. They won't let nobody else record drums. Like, nah, is your name Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And then
Number 2.
number 1,
Blow.
number 1. I was waiting for I had Kibble's full attention.
Blow.
Grandma's Boy. Yeah, a lot of people forget about that movie. It's one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorites for sure.
Adios, Third Nuggets.
Yes, it's just it's so good. I love video games and all that stuff too. I know. It's just got everything. So yeah, that's my number 5 or my top 5. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Half Baked, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, and Grandma's Boy. Okay,
Honorable
Jesse,
mention.
your top 5 now. What's your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions. I guess I dishonorable mentioned them.
Dishonorably.
My first one, Pick a Destiny. Honorable mention. You know, like, I don't know, like, I remember getting really stoned. It was when I was with what's her name? Tara at the time. And I was me and her mom smoked weed and rented that movie. I remember her laughing her ass off. I go, if this old lady is laughing at this movie, and go, this is one of the best movies.
It's brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. Next, honorable mention, Grandma's Boy.
Nice.
I love Grandma's Boy.
My whole top 5 is your honorable mention.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then next
top
honorable
2.
mention, Pineapple Express.
Oh,
Not honorable mention.
There you go.
You know, the fucking cross joint. You can't beat it. Top 5. This is probably a movie you guys never seen. Probably you don't remember it, called The Stoned Age.
I remember that movie.
Remember
I
the
don't know if
Stone
I've seen
Age?
it. I remember the cover of the two guys sitting on the hood of the car.
Yes. Where like they the whole point is to smoke weed and drink and not fuck fat chicks. Basically, the whole movie.
When did this come out?
God, 1990, I would say 89, 90. It was
I
early.
don't even think I've heard of it.
Because they were arguing about REO Speedwagon. Because they were like, man, he turned on Don't Fear the Reaper. And he goes, man, don't play that song. And he goes, why? He goes, that's my favorite song. He goes, every band puts out a gay song so they can weed out the queers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like, I go, this movie does not hold up.
That's crazy.
That's not REO Speedwagon though. That's Blue Oyster Cult.
Or Blue Oyster Cult, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, not REO.
Like, wait a
They play
minute.
REO at the end. That's what they do.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
was-
little,
and-
because there's like a giant eyeball that comes in.
They shouldn't be in a stoner movie anyways. They sung "Don't Fear the Reefer."
Oh, maybe that's our cover. We should cover it. Don't fear the reefer,
baby.
or don't grow the reefer.
Don't grow the
Don't
reefer.
grow some reefer.
We just covered Devil Went Down to Jamaica.
Yeah,
You remember that version?
yes, with Primus, wasn't it?
Yep.
Or
No,
No.
They did actual Georgia.
Yeah,
There was
that's
a-
right.
It was like
That's
a Bob
right.
and Tom thing or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Devil to Jamaica.
It's like
Yeah.
resin
Weed.
blew from his fingertips as he
Yeah.
resined up his bowl.
Yeah.
That's when Bob and Tom was good.
Yeah. The good old days.
When-
I don't know who the actual band was that did it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Okay,
good stuff.
that was 5. Number 4. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Nice.
You know, because if you ride a cheetah,
Yeah, they
to go
fucking
to
rode a
White
cheetah.
Castle,
Yeah. That's true.
you rode a cheetah.
And every time I watch that, it makes me want White Castle.
Yeah, it's
Every time.
And then every time you eat White Castle, you wish you didn't.
No.
It doesn't do it
now,
to me.
They serve breakfast 24 hours now.
Nice.
And I'll die on that hill that White Castle has the best breakfast, hands down.
Fast food breakfast, yeah. I would say that. It's pretty damn good.
Better
Never
than
had it.
restaurants, better than diners. I'm telling you, they get little waffle sandwiches and little mini.
They are really
They
good.
use real eggs and shit. You know, they don't use fucking fake eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had White Castle breakfast?
It's good.
Dude, we leave here, go to White Castle, eat breakfast.
I can't do that.
Get really high.
See, there's certain places do my stomach up, but I can eat White Castle all day and be fine.
Yeah,
It's
I can't
weird.
eat their burgers anymore.
Yeah.
I have to eat their breakfast. I can't eat their burgers. That shit
Burgers
tears
are
me
no
apart.
no.
I can do it all.
Number 3.
Oh.
3. A movie called Dazed and Confused.
There you go. I almost put that on my
come
honorable
on.
mentions.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. You know?
You bring a
great movie.
You
joint.
know, love that
It'd be
movie.
a lot cooler if you did.
And Ben Affleck's in it.
Yeah.
You
It was
know?
weird because like I remember watching that when I was a kid in the 90s and like thinking that was from the 70s.
Yes.
And then I grew up and I was like, wait a minute,
They
that's Ben
made it in the
Affleck and like all
90s.
these guys
Yeah.
like yeah, that was the 90s.
They made
It's
it. They
weird.
made it in the summer of '93.
Yeah.
In the
When I was a
summer.
kid, I was like, oh, this is obviously a movie from the 70s, but
But even though that kid, that main actor, kind of drives me nuts.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Because he keeps grabbing his nose all the time.
Yeah.
Because that was a drinking game. Every time they say "Hey man," or every time he grabs his nose,
Oh, yeah.
you gotta take a shot. And I can't make it past the Emporium. Yeah, you go to the Emporium and it's fucking. I'm drunk and I'm passed out already by then. It's the worst drinking game ever to play. Don't do it.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson was really young back then.
But it's funny, like so. The Cubs have a new pitcher this year. His name's Ben Brown. He's like a young dude, and he's got like long hair like that, and he's
Yeah.
like pushed it behind his ear. And
Yeah.
his face looks like that kid.
Oh, God.
And he's in a baseball uniform, just like he was,
Yeah.
that kid was in the movie.
Yeah.
So every time he comes out to pitch, I'm like, oh, it's that kid from Days
Yeah.
Confused again. Like, it's so funny.
You know, he didn't know how to play baseball.
Oh, I can tell.
They shot. They shot around the movie.
Yeah.
And you see him throwing, and it's the worst throw, but it's like a close-up blur
Yeah.
version of it because he couldn't throw.
Yeah, I remember saying that they had shots of it. They cut around it because it was so bad.
It was so bad.
It wasn't believable. Yeah.
Yeah, poor kid.
He probably didn't have a dad.
He's like, I'm an actor. I'm supposed to throw baseballs.
Damn.
Okay.
Learn from Kevin Costner.
Number 2,
He's in a bunch of baseball movies.
Half Baked.
No,
Number
that's-
2.
Wait, no.
Yeah, he's in
Sorry, Half Baked's good. It's
Yeah.
not Kevin Costner. It's
Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner.
Is it him? Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's in Field of Dreams.
I was thinking of Dennis Quaid. He's in a couple baseball movies too.
Oh, he's in The Rookie.
Yeah. Kevin
Never
Costner's in a
did.
bunch of baseball movies too. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry. Half Baked.
Prince of
number
Thieves.
2.
Prince of Thieves.
Sorry.
What
I
is-
went off on my own
Half Baked.
tangent there.
The best Kevin Costner movie, though, A Perfect World.
I don't think I've seen that
He
one.
kidnaps a Jehovah's Witness kid. He's a bank robber, and he kidnaps a Jehovah's Witness kid and takes him and makes the kid experience life. Because the kid's never done Christmas. He's never done, and he's like a bank robber. He's like, "What? You never did Christmas?" He's like, "We're going Christmas. You never did Halloween."
That's weird.
You know, it's like he like makes the kid like life perfect, and then he ends up getting murdered by the FBI in front of him at the end. It's a good movie.
Spoiler alert. Damn.
God damn.
Anybody's not seen that movie from probably the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what, the kid is murdered?
No. The kid,
Oh, okay. That's why I took it as 2.
No, Kevin Costner gets murdered because he like sacrifices himself basically for the kid. You know, the kid's like holding his Halloween candy with his Halloween mask on still while he's getting, chased by the FBI because he's a bank robber, and shit like that. He's getting chased the whole time, the whole movie.
Interesting.
It's a good movie. Best Kevin Costner movie.
Is he in Waterworld?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Postman, the dry version of it.
Tin Cup. Tin
The
Cup.
dry version of Waterworld.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah. Blunts with Wolves.
Titanic.
What? No.
Wait, what?
When he fucked Cal Ripken's wife.
Yeah.
Remember that rumor?
Yeah.
Where the power went off because Kevin Costner was banging Cal Ripken's wife and he didn't want to ruin the record, the Iron Man record. And then Cal Ripken left to go confront Kevin Costner, so they turn off the lights in the stadium so they can call the game so he can keep his streak alive.
Yeah.
One of the best rumors or
Yeah.
conspiracies ever.
I don't know. I've seen that story a lot. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a rumor. I think it was true.
Kevin Costner's the man. Anyway,
Kevin Costner was banging his girl in
Number
the locker
one.
room or something.
no, at home. At home.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Costner's in his own bed.
So Cal Ripken had a streak for like as many games in a row like
Iron Man.
for anybody that's ever played. Because like he never missed a game for years, and then it turned out that he found out that Kevin Costner was banging his wife.
He went to leave in his house.
He went to leave, and they shut the power off, and they like that's the conspiracy is that they shut it off so he would keep his
play
streak
the next
alive.
game the next day.
Yeah,
you can play the game.
But
But imagine him going home, the domestic violence version of that. Him coming home, like, I don't give a shit about baseball.
They're acting out
Kevin
Waterworld.
Costner, get out of my house.
He's all dressed up.
that should be a movie. They need to make a movie about
Dude,
that.
we should. Yeah, that epic night. What happened that night?
Yeah, that would be funny. Like he just like exaggerate the shit. out of it.
Like him getting it's like a Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yes,
He never gets home
He's on the way to find his wife.
to fight Kevin Costner.
That's a great premise. We should do that. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your top five. You're number one.
I'm high. Sorry, I'm high. Number one, Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong.
Nice. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's mine,
We had a few of the same there.
Yeah, because that's I remember being
Little.
God.
That's probably the first time I
Yeah.
seen marijuana.
Yeah.
Basically talked about a lot. Because I remember like that's where you hear what's a lid, man.
Yeah, what's a lid?
Like you learn shit like that. And plus the music, it was music and weed.
Yeah.
Like they were in a band and shit like that. I'm the Mexican American.
Go to work, but they don't want to. So they do it.
All the music.
Mexican Americans, those
Mexican,
mamas, their ninas,
Mexican
and no-nos.
American.
So what was your whole five again?
It was Stone Age, Harold and Kumar, Dazed and Confused, Half Baked, Up in Smoke.
Nice. Good list.
So I would say number one would be Up in Smoke for
the dwarf list.
Yeah, for the dwarf list.
Anybody that's not watched before, we do all our top fives, then we put a top five together of a cumulative top five of our stoner movies. You think number one is
Up in Smoke?
Yeah, because I like that one too. I just it wasn't on my list for some reason, but.
But you even said because you got
when
stoned
he said
and
it,
you
I was
forgot
like,
Nice Dreams. Nice Dreams is funny.
Nice Dreams was always my favorite when I was
I think next movie is the one you're quoting when they do Mexican Americans. Because Lowrider was
I get them all
Smoke.
mixed up.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, so next movie he he gets fired from his job because he steals, and his cousin, who is also Cheech, is out in the field, and Pee Wee Herman is at the hotel.
Yeah, with the bags of
Up in Smoke, they're going. They get the car made out, the truck made out of weed, and they smuggle it back to
That's
America.
the Ajax. Yes.
Yeah, and nice Dreams are selling weed out of an ice cream truck.
Yeah,
and
which
that's
is
the
made
scene
of
where
weed.
They're selling weed, and he has to pretend it's a pool.
Yeah,
and he swims over a tarp.
Like, that's stupid. I love that one.
Which one is the cop slowly turns into lizard? Up in Smoke?
That's Nice Dreams, isn't it?
Is that Nice Dreams?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that one's
He's like in the back seat.
That kind of freaked me out.
Into an
Yeah,
iguana.
that freaked me out.
But he's in the first one. He's the cop in the
shoot
first
the
one.
moon.
Yeah.
That cop.
It's like every
him.
scene, he gets more and more like reptile parts.
Yeah,
so weird.
I don't know which one it is that they're in Amsterdam.
Why did he turn into a lizard?
He smoked that certain strain of weed or something, wasn't
But
it?
why did it turn into a lizard?
I don't know. Who knows? It's a
don't
stoner
know.
movie, bro.
I still never got
This whole
that.
thing's in stoner movies.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. It's weirder if you overthink it.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
I never questioned it until now.
I thought it was like some kind of weird
Why couldn't
strain
it be a
of weed
snake
that turned him into
Yeah,
that.
why
you
couldn't
know?
it be a snake or couldn't it be a spider? Why?
It was like
iguana?
it was the reverse machine of. So you remember the Super Mario movie?
Yes.
They had that machine,
The devolver.
the
Yeah,
devolver.
devolver.
It was
Yeah.
like that. It
Yeah.
turned them into Goombas.
Yeah.
Weird. They're not Goombas. It was
Yeah.
Koopa Troopas.
Koopa Troopas.
Were they? I think they called them
The
Goombas
Goombas,
in that,
but
but
yeah,
it
Koopa
wasn't right.
Troopas.
Yeah, they were like reptiles. I'm like Goombas were not reptiles. They were like mushroom guys.
Which that movie freaked me out when I was little.
Oh yeah, it's creepy.
It was,
that would probably be considered a stoner
being
movie.
sticky. Yeah, being sticky. I
Has
just
the
remember being
pest,
sticky.
the pest is Luigi.
And it really pissed me off because remember Mario would jump really high, but in that movie they made him have boots that with I was like, no,
they were trying to. They over-explained it too much.
That's because they had Shmee as Mario.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
and
Shmee?
John
Yeah.
Leguizamo, yeah,
Yeah,
As Luigi.
and the pest. They were not a good Mario and Luigi.
He's a British actor.
Yeah.
He was also in Who
Roger
Framed Roger
Rabbit.
Rabbit. Yeah,
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah, which he was in a good movie with Jet Li.
Yeah, I've seen that.
With,
He was like, it was
Unleash
like,
or Unleashed.
it was
or something
like
that.
underground fighting and shit. Yeah.
And he would do his underground, take his collar off.
Talk to your microphone, Kibbles.
Sorry, Mike.
Like
it's okay.
Like a
missed you,
penis.
Mike.
I don't like the sound of the room. It sounds too big.
Dude, I still can't stop thinking about that joke of what Mike Howard did. read that the stand up where he goes, well, my dad, I was tragically molested by my dad, and he put his penis in my face all the time, so it's kind of weird for me having this mic in front of me right now. I can't stop thinking about that joke. Like every time I talking to a mic,
He
like
did another set this past Thursday.
Did he?
And it was all
so
new
good.
stuff too, and it was just weird. Like he was just like he's just talking. Like his stuff is like stream of consciousness. He just talks, just tells stuff he sees. But it's good though. It's good. He's got a good stage presence.
I'll be there next Thursday. I got
Thursday night, Cooper's Pub, 8 p.m.
I got some new shit I'm working on right now.
Nice.
It's pretty funny.
I had another buffalo chicken wrap. Good shit. I just go for the food. And
See, Michael's doing it. When you going there? When you going up there to do your?
As soon as I can get time off work. I forgot to ask for it. She schedules a month
Courtney's already
out.
been up there. Courtney did a minute.
Did she? She did a minute?
She did a minute.
Kind of.
Well, she tested the mic.
Yeah, same thing. I laughed.
Exactly.
It was funny.
Yeah.
She did it in a funny way.
Yeah, she tested funny.
It was funny because she was too short for it. So.
Yeah. If you smell.
That's
okay. So
next time she blows you, you gotta tell her to do that. What the cock?
Okay,
oh my god. Where's
Up in
this
Smoke's going to be on the top 5 dwarf
Oh
list.
yeah, my bad.
Okay.
What else?
Half baked.
Half baked.
Half-Baked.
That was in all of ours. Yeah.
Apparently not blow.
No, Days
I like
Confused.
Blow, but
Harold
like-
Kumar.
I was
Harold
that was on
Kumar.
both of yours.
And what?
Grandma's Boy?
Grandma's Boy.
I know
was
you
on
didn't-
mine.
I know you
That was
didn't
my honorable mention.
Kibbles didn't mention it, but
And then Pineapple Express.
Kibbles don't like Pineapple Express, so we can't put that on there.
What? You don't like Pineapple Express?
I didn't really like it.
You should watch it again.
Dude.
It's so good.
Oh, he
What,
don't.
Grandma's Boy? You like that movie?
Yeah.
That movie's great.
There you go, Grandma's
Put that
Boy.
on there.
Yeah, it was like one of Sandler's first ones that he didn't put himself in.
We got to put Pick,
Pick
of
of
Destiny.
Yeah, Pod.
Yeah, we got to put
Pod.
Tenacious D on
I like
there.
that one too.
Pod.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that.
I didn't really consider. I
So what's
consider
our-
that one a music movie.
So
It
what's
is,
this?
but I mean, it's a lot of stoner stuff too. They're stoned
Yeah.
the whole time.
So is it Up in Smoke, Half Baked?
Pick of Destiny. I forgot. I'm not even
Stoner,
stoned.
Yeah.
Driving
Harold
Miss
and Kumar.
Daisy.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Sure.
And then, yeah.
Top 5.
High five.
It's nice.
Very nice.
very
My
nice.
wife.
This is very nice.
I hate Borat. Anyways, that has been.
Is that a stoner
I
movie?
think this concludes Outhouse Super Show
Yes.
episode 12. 12.
Dozen episodes.
So next episode will be teenagers.
Next week.
Weird.
Next week will be a baker's dozen.
A teenage
Weird.
baked dozen.
Yeah. So
Can you bake a teenage dozen?
You can. You haven't heard that song by The Who? Teenage dozen.
Bake a teenage
what do
dozen.
teenage doesn't what?
Put
Doesn't
out.
listen.
Doesn't put out.
Doesn't listen.
Doesn't keep secrets.
Doesn't disclose if they were in your bag.
What do they doesn't
pinching
do?
the
It
buds
doesn't do
out.
anything.
Doesn't talk to their parents.
Doesn't make sense.
It make no
It's all
sense.
lies. It's all lies.
It makes no mother franken sense.
No motherfucking
sense.
frankincense.
No mother franken sense.
Mother-
Get the myrrh out of
frankincense.
here.
If you guys are still here, we appreciate you watching and listening. It's most people probably definitely tuned out an hour ago, but we appreciate you checking in here, and we will be back next week. Hopefully, don't take another 2 weeks off.
Yeah. Kibbles are gonna quit the podcast.
Like the video, share the video, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Pieces.
You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been in outhouses that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Most brothers be having them out.